There is nothing better than seeing your child happy, and the decision to create happy moments is yours. Lactogen 3 with L Comfortis helps you nurture that happiness with probiotics that helps you protect their tummy, vitamins and minerals for growth, and DHA for their brain development. Lactogen 3, growing up happy. Lactogen 3 growing up is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited for young children from 1 year onward.
Will help you to find your way easily with quick financing, low deposits, and the best interest rates. It's easy enough, you're on your way. We'll take it straight to your front gate.
Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Finance Company Limited, from here to home.
Due to COVID-19 restrictions, bulbs will only be distributed via appointment or when customers pay their bill. If you pay the bill online at SurePay or Bill Express, through automated credit card or salary deduction, by phone, in person, at your bank, or via check drop box, pay your bill as usual when it is due, and book an appointment on TNTech's website. If the account is in your name, simply bring along your ID when it is time to collect. If the account is not in your name, you must bring either a letter of authorization and a copy of the account holder's ID or a recent bill when coming to collect the bulbs.
Come talk with us.
Realest news, hard talk.
Real talk on the street, 919 FM.
News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. It's time for the news at 4 on the street, 919 FM, courtesy TNTech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, Carnival is not on, says the Prime Minister. The Defense Force says it is cooperating with the police investigation into the so-called DSS. And in news overseas, 2 children and 2 elderly persons have died from dengue fever in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And now the details. Earlier today, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, at a spotlight on the Budget Forum, announced that 2021's Carnival is not on. The Prime Minister said Carnival is a perfect environment for the spread of the coronavirus. Dr. Rowley said that it would take something dramatic for the annual festivities to take place.
It would be madness to be talking about Carnival in February. I see no future for Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago in the months ahead. And today I can put everybody on notice that unless there's some dramatic wind that will blow across us, whereby Christmas pandemic would have been a thing of the past, Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago in 2021 is not on. Picture Juve morning, but with the coronavirus still a major issue, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the world around us. Let us be thankful that we are still alive. If we do not service our national debt or put ourselves in a situation where our national debt cannot be serviced by our own actions, there are consequences to that. The most obvious consequence is to ask for help. And you know where that help comes from. It comes from a place which brings with it more pain, more suffering in a shorter space of time than we could ever prescribe for ourselves.
In other news, the Defense Force has issued a release to the media saying that it is cooperating with the police investigation in an ongoing criminal inquiry. This comes nearly 1 week after a soldier was implicated in the $22 million so-called Susu. The Defense Force noted that while it was cooperating with the police in the La Hokata-based drug Susu, the DSS, it was also doing its own internal investigation into the alleged misconduct of Defense Force personnel. It also comes 2 days after footage was posted of a man wearing a ski mask and tactical gear stuffing his bulletproof vest with an envelope during a raid at the home of the DSS administrator on Saturday night. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith later identified the man as a member of the Defense Force. Finally, in news overseas, authorities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines have reported that four persons have died from severe dengue fever. The death toll comprises of 2 children and 2 elderly adults. The local Ministry of Health and Wellness and Environment revealed that the number of laboratory-confirmed cases of dengue fever in the country have increased to 432. Last week, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines reported that the country was dealing with an outbreak of dengue fever. And that was a look at your news to 4 p.m. on the street 919 FM. Recapping the headlines, Carnival is not on, says the Prime Minister. The Defense Force says it is cooperating with the police investigation into the so-called DSS. And in news overseas, 2 children and 2 elderly persons have died from dengue fever in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our next major newscast comes up at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I am Jason Shields. Do have a good afternoon.
We know the streets because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.